Despite the fact many WWE wrestlers travel over 300 days a year and have essentially given their lives to their jobs, not all are compensated equally. Yes, most still make good money, but relatively speaking, some deserve much, much more. This list will cover 7 severely underpaid WWE superstars. Disclaimer: not every single figure reported here is 100% confirmed, since WWE is very tight-lipped about such things. These are definitely in the ballpark of the real numbers. Sami Zayn hasn't had the best dealings with WWE when it comes to money. When he was first signed to NXT, Zayn reportedly made just $7,000 a month while WWE decided whether or not they were going to keep him around. Now the situation is improved, but still isn't ideal. Zayn, who has a huge following of fans and is doing pretty well on the main roster, is being paid just $400,000 a year. You're probably thinking, $400,000? That's insane. See, Zayn has an extensive background in wrestling, as he's been doing it for over a decade, yet he makes less than Heath Slater and Sin Cara. Neville is another superstar who has a ton of experience and has gone over with fans, gaining major popularity, yet is not paid accordingly. He's been NXT champion and he's definitely one of the most exciting wrestlers in the WWE, but Neville is only making a reported $200,000 a year. Things are only looking worse for him too, as his recent injury sidelined him just as he was gaining momentum. Also, this injury could affect his future contract dealings, as he could be labeled as injury prone. I know a ton of people hate Roman Reigns, but hear me out. Roman is currently making just over $2 million a year. Love him or hate him, you have to admit he works hard. You may not agree with Roman being pushed as the face of the company, but it's happening. That position is extremely demanding and requires Roman to work harder than ever. He's essentially taking on the same role as John Cena, yet he's making nearly 5 times less. The way things are going, I wouldn't be all that surprised if Reigns starts making over $5 million a year pretty soon. Bray Wyatt is awesome. He has a great look, has a ton of skill, and he's definitely proven he's uppercard talent. However, Wyatt is paid much less than he deserves because of one thing: experience, or in this case, lack of it. Wyatt has only been wrestling for a little while now, and even though he is excelling with this gimmick, he's only paid $750,000. For comparison, Dean Ambrose is making over $1 million. No disrespect to Dean, but if he is making that much, Bray deserves something similar in my opinion. I'd expect a significant salary bump within the coming years as he gains more experience in the ring. I know not everybody here likes the New Day, but you can't deny their success in the WWE. In just 2 short years, the group has gone over with fans and continues to become more and more prominent. Now, even though Xavier Woods and Big E are quite underpaid as well, the big story here is Kofi Kingston. Kofi has been with the WWE for the better part of a decade and is loved by fans, yet only makes a reported $400,000. Thankfully, now that the New Day is blowing up, all 3 members should get a well-deserved bump in pay at the next round of contract signings. Antonio Cesaro, as I still like to call him, is one of the most underpaid wrestlers on the WWE roster. Given his extensive background in multiple independent promotions and great skill and strength, Cesaro should be near the top in the WWE. However, despite being adored by fans, Cesaro still isn't a main event talent, and thus only makes $400,000 per year. Once again, he's loved by fans, has a good gimmick, and has tons of experience, yet he is not compensated as such. Once again, we see that magic number of $400K, but this time in reference to Kevin Owens. Owens was a highly sought after talent, and the WWE was able to sign him. Owens spent years in promotions such as Ring of Honor and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla refining his abilities. Though he started out on NXT, Owens is now on the upper part of the main roster, and has proven himself over and over, yet is not being paid as much as he should be. This guy is probably the best heel in the company right now, and should not only be given a push, but also paid much more. And those are 7 severely underpaid WWE superstars. Did you agree with this list? Leave a like. If not, head down to the comments and let me know what you think. Also, don't hesitate to suggest topics for future videos. Thanks for watching.